I really started sim racing when I was 10 in the Stars Championship Series esports.
And here comes a challenge for the lead. CadencePresley down the inside and clear through turn number 1.
I was pretty competitive, caught the attention of Extreme Sim Racing, the sponsor of the series at the time, and I've been a sponsored sim driver for them ever since. I was 10 then, and I'm 13 now, and I'm glad to see that the Stars Championship Series is back on iRacing, where I know I can compete.
They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate.
It's always my goal to go to the Stars Championship Series in real life, but it costs a lot of money to go from Colorado to North Carolina or Florida or Indianapolis or any of those places. I can do this from my bedroom. There is no limiting factor for me on this. Being sponsored by Extreme Sim Racing has been a game changer for me because I've been able to compete with the best equipment with Simagic wheels and pedals, an incredibly sturdy sim setup. It's been really helpful for me in the long run.
Now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Water all blood like we trapped in the
Cadence Presley was in the session last night getting some practice in. He's up in the top 16.
I remember how I would like go up on the curb with my front wheel, and because the car's an open diff, it would like bang off the limiter a little bit, and I would lose some time. With this setup, if I just barely like roll into the curb a little bit, the whole car just spins, and that rear tire doesn't move. It doesn't move a little bit, at least with my setup. The rebound and like the spring rate is a little bit softer, so it can kind of, you know, form with the racetrack a little bit when I go on curbs, but this one is stiff, so it has the tripod effect like in karts, but going way faster, and because it's like mid-engine rear-wheel drive with no steering angle, it's really bad. You just spin. So I'm gonna have to get used to skimming kind of like the rumble strips, or else it's just gonna completely spin out. So.
And what is this a result of? This is because of the VRS setup?
Yeah, no, the VRS setup developed for the races. Very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. Whoops.
Alright, welcome back to Watkins Glen, the Stars Championship Series Empire Grand Prix, presented by VRS and Race Lab, only on Grid Vision. F3 is underway for their qualifying sessions.
A lot of guys up at the front of the field with a lot of speed. Elliot Bazinski fell down to 7th. Cadence Presley in 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, another thing to point out as well, I mean, we saw the F4 guys get through turn 1 pretty clean, but there was only about 11 drivers, right? With 40 plus, it's really difficult. I mean, I'm not out there, so for all I know, these guys get out there and they get through turn 1 cleanly, right? But it's so tough with a downhill brake zone, cold tires, right? It's super easy to lock up in turn 1, and so I suspect some rate of attrition in these opening couple of corners, even opening couple of laps. But these guys could surprise me, right? These are some of the best drivers in the country. So, yeah, there's a reason why these guys are in this series. And so, yeah, Braden Eve's going to lead these guys to the green, but there's a bunch of hungry drivers behind him that want to say and who's going to win this one. These guys in the top 10, top 15, top 20 have more experience than others in sim racing. So these guys know what it's like to race side by side, not only in real life, but in sim racing as well. It's a different animal completely. It's a different way in handling the race car, as similar as it is. So these guys are going to definitely put on a really good show for us, I suspect, and I can't wait to get started here as the Porsche pace car there is going to pull off to the inside of the pit lane here, and we're going to get set to go green. Budzinski is in 4th, and how about CadencePresley there in the top 5?
You can see Fairbairn, probably the first one under fire. He's going to go defensive here against Elliot Budzinski. Budzinski makes side-to-side contact. Now looking back, CadencePresley under fire. There's Evagoras Papasavas looking for 4th now into turn number 4, the bus stop chicane. He'll get it done. Behind those two, I mean, Oliver Piatek had a rough opening lap there, but he's now finding himself back up into the fight, Alex.
Oh no, Oliver Piatek tried to get on the inside of the carousel on CadencePresley and completely lost the entirety of the front wing of his F3 car.
Oh man, I got wing damage. I got rear wing damage, which means it's so much looser in the back, and I'm not gonna be able to keep it. I can really try to keep it in the top 10. I just don't think it's gonna happen because this thing is so unstable. It's slower in the straights because it's got damage. That's just how it works in iRacing. I don't know. And I have less downforce in the back, so I'm dropping a bunch of time. Dude, now I have even more wing damage, which is really bad. It won't keep still on the corners, and it's super slow on the straights. So I might spin if I'm not careful. It feels like I have no wing. I can't even fight it. Oh my god. Alright. I'm just cranking the brake bias all the way forward. Oh my god. Don't spin. Oh my god. This is bad. There's the spin. And out.
Burkhardt on his way to a potential spin and win for the number 2 MPG driver. Who would have thought that a mistake would actually come back to maybe benefit him just a little bit here? A bit of a masterclass on how to save fuel and how to run a perfect race here as the grid vision checkered flag is out. Morgan Burkhardt is going to win this one on a fuel strategy.
Thank you all so much for going on this ride with me for the Stars Esports Empire Grand Prix at Watkins Glen. We didn't really get the results we were looking for, and we definitely had the pace to win this race. My best lap on the VRS setup was faster than any of the other race laps, qualifying laps, or official practice laps, so I definitely know that I have more in the tank. And at the end there, I was working on overtaking the leader so I could finish on the lead lap, but I just came short. Would have been a nice statement to pass the race winner at the end. The next race is coming up next week at Daytona, this time racing the road course in a Porsche 911 GT3. Instead of racing the GTP in the Pro Class this time, I'm choosing to race the GT3 for a few reasons. One is that I have very few laps in the GTP, and I don't think I can be ready to face the level of competition that I did here at Watkins Glen in time for the next race. Another reason is I'm already scheduled to run the iRacing Daytona 24 with Jack Bro Racing a few days before that race, so it just made sense to stick with the same car for both events. In addition to that, I'm going to be running the Route 66 Sprint Series Esports race at Indianapolis Road Course with the F3. I have plenty of laps with the F3, but not too many with that car at Indy, so that should be interesting. That race will be a few days after the Daytona Stars race, the Beach Bash, presented by Virtual Racing School. Make sure to check it out, links will be in the description. Thank you all so much for watching, click here to watch another video, and if you haven't already, click the like and subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
They hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I couldn't levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight.